It's 1980. Welcome to Rock and Roll High School.
Rock and Roll High School?
Do you want to stand there and hold my hand? Tell me, baby, if you're not a man. Do you want to dance? Do you want to dance under the moonlight? Screaming, baby, oh.
I am Miss Togar, and I am the new principal of this school. And who are you?
I'm Riff Randall, rock and roller.
The only girl I ever dream about at night is Riff.
I've done more detentions than anyone in the school's history.
Are you virgin? How about a cheerleader? Nice set of pom-poms.
Tom wanted Riff, but Riff wanted to live a rock and roll fantasy to the music of her favorite group. The hottest band this side of the Iron Curtain, the Ramones!
You have managed to upset the entire school with this godforsaken noise.
Things sure have changed since we got kicked out of high school.
Hey, come on, you guys, follow me into the school!
They tried to stop their music, but the kids got wrecked and rocked the school.
I just talked to the chief of police. He's going to storm the building.
Rock and Roll High School, the school where the students rule. Could your school be next?
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on Rock and Roll High School, which was released in 1979, and the film stars P.J. Soles, Vince Van Patten, Clint Howard, Day Young, Mary Woronov. You also have Dick Miller in it, and also the Ramones. And Rock and Roll High School, this is a film that I saw bits of it back in the day. I saw like little clips of it, you know, with the ending scene with the Ramones singing Rock and Roll High School, and PJ Soles' character, blowing up the school. But didn't get to watch the film in full until about a few weeks ago. But it is a fun film. Really enjoyed it. It's a fun B movie. It was directed by Allan Arkush. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. And the story was written by him and also by Joe Dante. Yes, the Joe Dante who directed Gremlins, who directed Inner Space, The Burbs, another film that I really enjoyed from him, Matinee, which starred John Goodman, directed Explorers. And Roger Corman produced the film. He was executive producer of the film because this film was released by New World Pictures, which was Roger Corman's production studio. And just watching the film, when you see like high school done in films and you attend high school in real life, you're like, oh, how come high school can't be as fun and as good in the movies and in TV shows? But basically what the film is about is it follows this teenage girl, Riff Randall, who was played by P.J. Soles, and she is a huge fan of the Ramones, which of course the Ramones are a punk rock group, and she's a big Ramones fanatic. She wants to hopefully get a chance to write songs for them and get a chance to meet them and possibly, attend one of their concerts, to which she actually does in the film, her character. So it just follows her and, just all around the high school, which the students in the high school, they are big fans of rock and roll. And the high school gets a new principal because, the students, they're loving the rock and roll music, to the Ramones, and the high school keeps losing these principals due to nervous breakdowns because of the students loving rock and roll, and they're more interested in rock and roll than education. So the high school gets a new principal named Evelyn Togar, who is played by Mary Warrenov, and she's a very strict principal, and she wants to take down the students from listening to the rock and roll music because she sees the source of the problem is the rock and roll music and also the music of the Ramones. And so Riff Randall, PJ Soul's character, does not take a liking to Principal Togar, and she basically, becomes, a, sort of a pain to Togar because, of her listening to rock and roll music to the Ramones. So pretty much that's basically what the plot to the film is about. It's just, follows Riff Randall, trying to meet the Ramones. And like I said, have the Ramones, see the music that she wrote for them and, get a chance to meet them. And of course, she ends up going to see the Ramones, her character, because she waits in line at this theater for tickets to their concert. And she stands in line for 3 days. And her friend, Kate Rambo, who was played by Dae Young, she ends up, writing these letters to Principal Togar. And it's like, oh, Riff Randall has to be excused from school today because her mother died. And then the next day, oh, her father died. And then the next day, oh, her goldfish died. So Togar knows that something is up. And Togar eventually finds out that, Riff Randall ended up, skipping school and waiting in line for other Ramones tickets. So she ends up taking the tickets and just ripping them up. So, but overall, it's a fun film. It's a fun B movie. PJ Soles as Riff Randall, such a very fun character. She's someone that you would like to get to know about and get to hang out with. For if you love music, rock and roll, and the Ramones. And you also have Vince Van Patten. His character is Tom Roberts, who pretty much takes a liking to Riff, but eventually he finds, love in Riff's friend Kate. Clint Howard is also in the film, a very early role for Clint Howard. He plays the character Eagle Bear, who is pretty much, you could say like he's like the guidance counselor of the school, where everybody comes into the men's bathroom, and when they try to see Clint Howard's character, they have like this alarm going off for them to enter his office, which his office is in the bathroom, in the men's bathroom. And pretty much basically he helps Vince Van Patten's character to try to get a date. So it was cool seeing Clint Howard in the film. Clint Howard's character is very likable. Dae Young as Kate Rambo. I thought she did a very good job, with her character, who was, best friends with P.H. Soul's character, Riff Randall. Just really like their chemistry together. It's very fun. Dick Miller, the late great Dick Miller, is in the film in a small role. Dick Miller's been in many films that were produced by Roger Corman. And he plays a police chief where Togar ends up rounding up these police and the parents of some of the students, because at this point the students have taken over the school, and the Ramones end up visiting the school, and they're just playing their songs, and the students are just rocking out to them. So pretty much they're basically standing up for Togar and their liking of rock and roll music. And the Ramones, they were very good here. In my opinion, this film put the Ramones on the map. I mean, they released some albums way before this film came out, but to me, this film just ended up putting them on the map. And because of this film, I think a lot of people end up knowing about the Ramones. And you have Joey Ramone, Johnny Ramone, Dee Dee Ramone, and Marky Ramone all in there. Sadly, Joey, Johnny, and Dee Dee are no longer with us, so rest in peace to them. The only surviving singer of the Ramones that is still alive today is Marky. So he's still with us. And originally, the Ramones weren't going to be in the film because Roger Corman originally wanted Cheap Trick or Todd Rundgren to play the band in it, but that didn't happen because both bands had schedule conflicts, and so Roger Corman was forced to find an alternative. And Paul Bartel, who is also in the film where he plays a music teacher, it was good to see Paul Bartel in it. Paul Bartel was the one that suggested Roger Corman to have the Ramones in the film. So that was pretty cool by Paul Bartel there. And the film was also shot on this high school that was in South Central LA, but the high school, of course, is no longer there because they end up blowing up the high school at the end of the film, with the students rocking out with the Ramones and the Ramones singing Rock and Roll High School. The explosion that happened there at the end of the film was pretty much real. They actually exploded the high school. And that explosion of fires, were so great that many people were scared away from that. And, people didn't return on the on-campus sets. So that's a little bit of trivia for you about the film. But overall, Rock and Roll High School, very fun film. Really enjoyed it. It's pretty much the most fun film that you would see of the 70s of 1979. Probably there were more films, than in that decade of film. But they did do a sequel called Rock and Roll High School Forever, which starred Corey Feldman in it, which I heard is pretty shitty. But this is the new Shout Studios 4K. It's the 45th anniversary edition. A nice slipcover there. And the 4K looks really good. Like, the picture quality looks absolutely great. The sound is great as well. So you have your 4K there. Has the film on it. And then you have two discs, which is the Blu-ray with the film, and a second Blu-ray disc, which has the features on it. But it has a new 4K scan from the original camera negative. It has a new commentary with Stephen B. Armstrong, author of I Want You Around, The Ramones and the Making of Rock and Roll High School. Commentary with Allan Arkush, producer Mike Finnell, and screenwriter Richard Whiteley. Commentary with Allan Arkush and PJ Soles and Clint Howard. Pretty cool that PJ Soles and Clint Howard did a commentary for the film. And this is all on the 4K of the film. Commentary with screenwriters Richard Whiteley and Russ Devon, and commentary with Roger Corman and Day Young. So you got 5 commentaries for this film, and you also have the same commentaries on the Blu-ray. The third Blu-ray, disc 3, has a new interview with musician and actor Marky Ramone. the last surviving member of the Ramones. Class of '79, 40 years of rock and roll high school, revisited with extended interviews and never before seen footage. Back to school, a retrospective of the film. Staying After Class, which has interview with PJ Souls, Vincent Van Patten, and Day Young. Interview with Roger Corman, conducted by Leonard Maltin, which that's cool. Interview with Allan Arkush, including a look at rare behind-the-scenes stills, audio outtakes from the Roxy, radio ads, the trailer, and a TV spot. So, really awesome features on this edition. But, like I said, Rock and Roll High School, fun film, fun B-movie. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't seen it. Just absolute fun this film is. And if you like the Ramones, and were a fan of their music, which I really liked some of the Ramones music, like, of course, Rock and Roll High School, I Want to Be Sedated, Blitzky Bop, of course, and I liked the last song that they did on their album, their last album, which was Adios Amigos. It was called I Don't Want to Grow Up. So, really do like some of the Ramones songs. So, but if you're a fan of the Ramones and haven't seen this film, highly would recommend it. Such a fun movie. I may do a watch along with this film in a few weeks, maybe. Who knows? First, want this to be the first watch along of the new year. So, but we'll see what happens. But yes, that's Rock and Roll High School. But anyway, that's it for my review of Rock and Roll High School. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and be sure to go over to my buddy Luke Ponto's channel, because tonight we will be doing a watch-along of Monkey Man, which is one of my favorite films of this year. So go to his channel. The watch-along starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you have a copy of Monkey Man or just want to stream it online, join us on Luke Ponto's channel for the watch-along of it. So be sure to check out that. And until next video, I'll see you all later.